everyone, welcome to this update video. I hope that you're having a wonderful start to your day. So we're going to be taking a look at the disturbance marked in the Caribbean, so that area to watch where we could see development take place over the course of the next couple of days, all over the next week plus. And we have some new trends in regards to the models. We'll be looking at that in this video as well. And let's get straight to the details. So as we take a look at the satellite imagery here, we can see that there is quite a bit of convection in some places associated with that frontal system out there. And there's also a couple of tropical waves marching across the North Atlantic basin. One is in the Caribbean, one is approaching the Caribbean with its axis currently extended down into Guyana. Another one is offshore South America, and we can see that burst of activity associated with it. Now, as we take a closer look at the Caribbean here, we can see what is going on. So we have that increase in rain across parts of the Western Caribbean that's continuing. There's been quite a bit of downpours in parts of Jamaica as well. For example, and this morning, there's some thunderstorm activity north of the island. So you can let me know what's been going on for you in St. James. In parts of St. James yesterday, there was some really heavy rainfall late in the evening. So that cooled down the temperatures a bit, which was pretty much enjoyable for me at least. But yeah, you can let me know what's been going on for your area. But across parts of the Eastern Caribbean, it's not as active, not a whole lot of shower and thunderstorm activity taking place. But for some places, there is going to be some more heavy rainfall today, and that is going to enhance the risk or the potential for seeing flooding, especially in the more vulnerable areas. So we're going to be taking a look at the rainfall forecast. Let's go to it. Here we have it. Now, the more colorful the map becomes, the more rain is expected. So we're seeing a couple of these red spots and burgundies as well, indicating rainfall amounts probably up to 2 inches of rain or so. And we can see that for parts of Central America. So from Mexico, parts of Belize, the Keys, even for sections, a few spots in Guatemala, Bay Islands of Honduras may experience some heavy downpours. So within that general area, there could be some additional heavy rain today. Similar thing for parts of eastern Honduras, going down to Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, and even for the islands of San Andres and Providencia. Colombia is likely to be active. Similar thing for parts of western Venezuela. But as we head to the east, going to Trinidad, Tobago, and even for the Guyanas, Guyana, Suriname, French Guiana, maybe just a stray shower at the most. It'll likely be pretty dry for much of today. ABC Islands, some shower activity may be nearby. There could be a couple downpours in some of the islands. And then as we head towards the rest of the Lesser Antilles, Anguilla through Grenada, including Barbados, there could be some additional shower activity today. We start to see that the vicinity of Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, Hispaniola, and a couple spots in eastern Cuba, even near Jamaica, becomes a little bit more colorful. So there could be some additional periods of heavy downpours within these areas. Similar thing for the Cayman Islands. Up to the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos, there may not be a whole lot of rain, but some showers could definitely be around as we head throughout today. So overall, there is that increase in moisture across the region, and that is helping to enhance the rain, especially with that disturbance expected to form as we head into the course of the next couple of days. And as I had mentioned, we're going to be looking at the trends as relates to the models. There's something new that I'm noticing, so let's get straight to the details. First, we start out with the model runs. So we have the icon model up first. Now, with this graphic here, the green shadings indicate the precipitation rate. And then the black lines are seen, those are called isobars, which join areas of equal atmospheric pressure. Now, the closer we see the isobars in a circular manner, and the more tightly packed those isobars are as well, that is a sign of intensification. So let's get straight to the details here for icon. And there we have the forecast time. So as we're going to be heading into the latter part of this week and even headed into next week, there we can see all of those green shadings showing that moisture and then that airflow pressure forming as we head into the weekend. So it loiters around for a bit, nothing much becomes of it, and there's that other airflow pressure forming offshore the Northeast Caribbean. But as for that system in the Southwest Caribbean, we see it starting to drift up to the north, and notice that it is getting more organized. The value is dropping, so icon has it intensifying as it makes its way up to the north. Going on to the Euro model, As we're going to be heading into the end of this week, we're seeing that increase in moisture just the same, and then that area of low pressure forming as we head into the weekend. There's that other one just north of the Caribbean region, and Euro is showing that airflow pressure drifting up to the north, but then making its way towards the vicinity of the northwestern Caribbean as it starts to slowly intensify. The Canadian model is the next one up, and there we can see it showing that airflow pressure. This is as we head to Monday, going to Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. It has what may be a tropical depression or storm making its way over Jamaica at that time, headed to around Tuesday of next week, and then making its way towards the northwestern Caribbean. So pretty interesting here. We can see these trends with the models, and even for the GFS. GFS is showing something pretty interesting. So as we're going to be heading into early next week, we see that airflow pressure forming, getting itself together, making its way through the vicinity of the Bahamas. So this is way off from what the other models are showing actually. But looking at the ensemble members for GFS, though, we still see that spread, a pretty decent spread in terms of where the system could go, anywhere from the Northwest Caribbean to the vicinity of Hispaniola, then making a curve. But we're starting to see somewhat of a curve expected, the system drifting up to the north, then making a turn to the northwest. As for Euro, we can see something a bit similar, but we have more of a trend towards the northwest. So that's the kind of change that I've been noticing in terms of the models. So they expect that, hey, the system is going to drift up to the north. It could move to the north. It could maybe move off a bit to the northeast, but we're starting to see more of a northwestward trend with the system curving towards the northwestern Caribbean. So we'll see how that goes. Again, we're still some time out from when it is going to be forming, and we're going to see a bit of variation until we have that solid airflow pressure forming, that low pressure center for the system. So that is expected later this week, guys, and of course I'm going to continue to keep you posted on all that is going on. And overall, as it pertains to development, that is going to be dependent on how conducive the environmental conditions are. So very warm waters are already in place. So once those upper level winds are definitely conducive, not strong to interfere with development of the system, and there's also that abundant moisture in the area, that is what's going to really help the system to get itself together and intensify. And the next name on the list for the hurricane season is Patty. So we'll see what happens. And, you know, for my fellow Jamaicans, I know the memes are going to be very crazy with this one if it really becomes Patty and if it nears Jamaica. So we'll see how it goes, guys. But I'll keep you posted. As I had mentioned, nothing is solid just yet. And that is it for this update video. So I do hope you found this video to be informative. But if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'll get to you when I can. And remember to always be weatherwise.